Alright, so we're going to be making a group of buildings made out of different shapes, and then maybe adding a little bit of background so that you have some freeform shapes and organic shapes. And this is just some ideas for you. You don't have to make it exactly the way that I did, but if you're looking for some kind of direction here, an easy way to make some buildings is to start with some lines. You've got some vertical lines and a horizontal line. And then from there, I'm going to go up a little bit higher. And then over. And then back down. So if you're making your buildings at different heights and different widths, it can also make it more interesting. Now this shape here I'm going to try to do is called a trapezoid. So my two lines are going to be diagonal, coming out from the top of my building, and then I'm going to connect it across with a horizontal line. So I've got two diagonals and then two horizontals. And then I'm going to make a rectangle on top of that. And then connect those two horizontal lines with some vertical lines. And then that gives me more rectangles. And I'm going to finish that building top off with another trapezoid. Two lines slanting in, and then connecting them across the top. Alright, and then another building next door might be a little bit higher than the first one we made. And I can make that rooftop different by making it a half a circle. And then one more lower building right out to the end of my paper. Let's see, next to this middle building, I have another one that's a little higher up. And then this one I'm going to give a triangle roof. So I'm getting practice with my different shapes. And then next to that, I came out a little bit. And then I started a half a circle, but that building goes off the paper. So then inside these buildings, I added windows. And a lot of times the windows are following the same basic shape. So the half circle rooftop might have some a half circle window inside of it, and then some lines inside of that. Underneath here, what fits easily is a rectangle with more lines in it. And of course all our lines aren't going to be perfectly straight. We just do the best we can. If you want to use a ruler or a straight piece of cardboard, that would be great for your straight lines. But you don't have to. Sometimes it's good just to practice making your shapes the best you can. And of course I would suggest probably you want to draw yours in pencil first. I'm doing marker because that's what shows up the best for recording. Now this building, I did some square windows. Sometimes squares are harder than rectangles because you got to try to keep those lines even, those four sides. That can sometimes be tricky. And then on this building I did rectangles. And I was thinking about this project later, and I thought I did not do any rhombuses, which is kind of a fun shape to do. So maybe in my last building I'll add some rhombuses. Alright, so rhombus, slanted line, connect it, connect it. Rhombuses I think are kind of tricky because I think it's hard to keep those lines even. To me it looks like it's a square that's fallen over a little bit. Maybe we'll give this one a rectangle door. And then our clouds, of course, are going to be freeform shapes. So you can make those however you want. And you can get creative when you color in too. Got a nice freeform sun shape. So good luck with making yours.